Hey friends, Jana here with J. Marie Designed for, oops, J. Marie Designed. We don't need to hear me twice. All right, there we go. So, it's another Tuesday night with Kat Scrappiness, or I guess I should say on Kat Scrappiness with J. Marie Designed. It's been one of those days. So, I have been die cutting. This is the new set. Um, the fine line flowers that was just recently released. I have a stack of stuff over here that is falling. My vellum is falling. Hey Jenny G, how are you, friend? So I had cut a bunch of these, and this is one of those die sets that I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to use it. I mean, I look at it and I see snowflakes. I know it says flowers. Some of the design team has done some amazing things with it. So this is I'm going to tackle this die and hope that something cute comes from it. And I did save all of the punchy bits because maybe we will need those later. But it's the Mondayest Tuesday ever. It's been one of those days. So I did take one and I punched it out. So this is the faux glitter paper in the purple, and now I need all of the colors, all the glitter papers. You get all the sparkle and no mess. So it comes in all of these shades here. So it's double-sided, so they're the same. Um, so this one I took one of each size and I layered them up and glued them together, which this would be a really cool Christmas decoration. I love the sparkle too, Jenny. And it looks like real glitter. It's got the little like sparkle points on it. So these would be super fun um, Christmas ornaments, I think, or flowers. They're flowers. So then I have one here, and the only reason there's a magnet on this one is because they are not um I think Jana explained they're not symmetrical. So to get my little points to line up where they needed to go in the centers of my bigger points, which I've already turned it, um, I had to twist and turn until I found where the proper placement was. And I kind of used the other lines in the middles. And I think that's it. So we're going to put a magnet back down on there so that it stays. My camera doesn't like the the glitter. Um, Let me see if that helps. So for the first one, I'm going to just go on some black, a black base. And we're just going to do the one, I think the one big flower. I'm not sure. But we could, I have an idea. We'll see if it works. So I'm going to take the die here. And because they're not solid, um, you can't cut like a base one. But let me find, we're going to take, hey Delise, a pencil, and we're just going to trace around. So this is going to give us a pretty good outline layer as well. Are you feeling better, Delise, friend? I meant to check on you today, but today was kind of crazy. So we're just going to trace around and make our own solid snowflake flower. I think I got them all. There we go. All right. And let me find some scissors. That's not what I wanted to hear. And we'll see if this works. We're just going to cut around where I put my little pencil line. And see. Delise, have you played with this one yet? The fine line flowers? I don't remember if you have or not. Um, I struggled with this one, honestly. You know, there's just some where you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I have all these ideas and it's going to be amazing. And then sometimes you're like, um, I struggle. I think because it's so delicate, and I think that's what gets me. So I hope everybody is had a great weekend. We had a very quiet weekend here, but we have, you know, it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good week. Okay. See, and I thought about punching it out of, like die cutting it out of, I have the 4-inch mint tape to where I could make a mask and then stencil over the top of it and use it just as to make a background. And we might still could do that. My cutting is struggling here today. um, so we'll see. I just spent way too long before I even started here spinning this little flower around trying to find where it lined up with the big flower. And had Shanna, I think, not mentioned that it wasn't like symmetrical, I would have still been spinning it around trying to get it to line up. And this is just kind of a rough outline, basically to see if I like what I'm doing. All right. It is the faux glitter paper. I was just saying that I need the faux glitter paper in all the colors now. Hey Jay. So see, it doesn't line up that way. So we'll rotate one and nope, not that way. We'll rotate again. Nope. Nope. That might be it. Maybe. They are big, Jay, but they go from really big to really small. All right, I think that's it. So we're gonna hold that down before it spins again. So that kind of worked for a background. On there. And I did save, I was saying, Delise and Jay, I saved all the little punchy bits because you could put them, you know, around as sparkles. You could use them as confettis in a shaker card. So this one, um, oh, I like that. So we'll have this and this, and then I pulled out one of the sentiment shadows. Hey, Cookie Cat. Jay. So this says, I am here for you. And so I thought this would be a cool sentiment. Whether you used just the I am here for you part, or if you used it with the shadow as well. I love doing my shadows in vellum. I gotta poke out part of this, it's still stuck. But my little poker tool got a workout today because this was a lot of poking out of things. Um, so we could cut it in the purple. Let me move this one carefully. Here. His holiday. Does he have a birthday coming up, Jay? All right, so we could put that there and just a sentiment. And that's actually pretty cool. You could add stickles to your little points as well. Cat Appreciation Day. Oh, spooky season. Well, Kaiser does have a point. I would have to agree with Kaiser that spooky season would be good. I mean, you could have spooky flower snowflakes. All right, so let me pick which color. And we're gonna go with the faux glitter again. And I like this kind of middle-ish one. This one. Every day is Cat Appreciation Day. Yeah, Abner says the same thing about Dog Appreciation Day, that every day he needs to be appreciated. Oh, Jay, the lantern and all of its like add-on things is so fun. Shanna's cards were amazing. If you guys haven't seen what Shanna did with the holiday lantern and all its add-ons, she did one that was Halloween, one that was Thanksgiving or fall, and one that was Christmas. So, all right, let's cut this out of our purple real quick. Purple. That was a tongue twister. Purple real quick. Oh, I bet Delisa's dogs agree. They're almost as spoiled as Abner. Abner's very spoiled. Jeff calls him Princess. He he's a funny little dog. All right. Let me not lose my apostrophe. Oh, I bet my H. My mat has seen better days. And our I. Let me get the little bits off. And then we are going to cut our shadow layer out of kind of a heavier vellum. Hey, Justine. Welcome, friend. And after all the die cutting earlier to cut all of the bits and pieces, my shoulder is so sore. So my little one here is a little bit easier to use. All right, there we go. And All right. So let's poke out our little bits. I can move this now. Are you multitasking? Do you have to do lesson plans yet, Justine? There. You here. There we go. And there, and the eye. Probably could use the other end of this too. And this one I like because sometimes it's hard to line up layers, but this one, the top layer and the bottom layer are connected, so you kind of know where the spacing is. And I've got my apostrophe right there. So let me get some glue down. And I'm actually going to start with the U. I've got to order a refill. My glue is getting down to the end. You think, oh, I've got plenty, until you don't. All right. And then we'll do our here. So let me know if y'all were to get the fine line flowers, or if you have it already, what would you do with it? How would you use it? Would it be flowers? Is it a multitasker, that you can use for snowflakes as well? So it's going to go through a few seasons. Would you layer them up? How would you do it? I'm always up for new ideas or different ideas, things that I didn't think of. I love putting the shadow layers on vellum. Kat has quite a few of the sentiments too with the shadows. So, if you're not looking for a stamp, but you want a sentiment, then these are great. And this one, I'm just going to I think it's going to go right there. And of course it moves. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. Wrong end. Okay. And little bits are still falling out of here. I don't know if I'm going to use this layer that I cut. I think I might just use the snowflake flower bit. And I'm going to offset it to one side and this to the other. I like that. And then I think either some enamel dots or some stickle dots would be really cute. They do look like snowflakes, Delise. I can't unsee them as snowflakes. They're just I can't see them as flowers. So they're snowflake flowers or flower snowflakes. But we're going to set this off to the side and we'll put this down here. And then I think we'll do some, oh, I've got, where's that? Maybe in this one? I've got some clear, but I want sparkle. I don't know if those will show or not. I've got the clear enamel dots. Floral snow, right? It's a multitasker. Nope, those don't show up. I think we need some stickles. This'll work. All right, let's get this stuck down. And because I have the other letters on here, I've got a place to hide my glue. Which I've also been using just, things are falling, a school glue, like just a glue stick to do my vellum, and it's been working great. All right. It pushed out just a little bit, but that's all right. There we go. So this one we're going to set off to the side, and I'm just going to glue in the middle here because I can't really see where the lines are anymore. All right. So then we'll set this kind of off here. And we're going to let this glue for a bit. And while that's gluing, let's do some little glitters. You know what though? Let me trim this off first before, because if I don't, then I'm going to stick my, you gotta do stickles last, because I will stick my hand in them. Never fails. So we're just going to cut these little bits, little points off. And then I'll glue those down too. And then we're going to put these on a purple base. Maybe a lighter purple. That's a little dark. That looks better. So let me get this down first, because otherwise, if I do the stickles, then I will no doubt stick my fingers in it, or set something on it, or make a mess. And I guess I could have left the flowers stems sticking over the edge. And I forgot that this is recollections paper. And so it's a little longer. And I just want to get these little pieces that are kind of sticking up a little bit there. And this one. Jana is probably at her fun little concert in the park that they go to in her little town. I don't know how little her town is, but there we go. And let me find my little bitty trimmer. And I'm just going to take a little bit off the edge here, because, and then this side. They tend to be a little not the same size. There we go. All right, now let's put some sparkle. I'm just gonna go on the points that I can see. And maybe we'll add a few down here. Some of these didn't get enough glitter. All right, that looks good. All right, let's set this one aside. So that one is like all the layers together. And then for the next one, we're gonna go with our purple here. And I was playing around with this one, which was just 2 layers here. See, I'm just stumped. Oh, thanks, Delise. I'm just stumped what to do with these. So I figured if I came live, then it might help. So what if we just did flowers? We'll just do lots of them. Like this. And then what if I cut a vellum, maybe the lighter vellum. They'd be cool as, hold on, as shaker cards. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, that's a good idea, Doris. See, I cut them out in like all the colors that were in the purple. So let's find some more. We'll just layer them up. All in purple. They're all purples. That one's really dark. All right, let's find. That's kind of what you did, isn't it, Delise? I don't want to copy you though. Maybe we'll take out the big, huge one. See, this is a struggle for me. So maybe if I can work through it, then it'll inspire somebody else to look at them differently. And let's get a little one. That's too. I don't know. See, it's a struggle. I don't know why I picked it because I was determined to make it work. But you know how sometimes you have that picture in your head? So let's switch it up. We're gonna go with this middle one here. We're gonna put it right in the center, and then let's grab some of our little bits. And one of the design team did them this way. And these might be all different colors because there's just a pile of them here. Now it really looks like a snowflake. Or you could do the littler ones too. I've got the little tiny ones. Kind of like those ones better. Not the big ones. Thanks for having patience with me, y'all. If you're even still here. You might have been like, oh, this is crazy. I'm out. Oh, that's, we'll see. And I'll try not to keep y'all too long. And a darker one. It's like doing a puzzle. Oh, I hear thunder. Now this looks kind of cool. This I kind of like. Oh, I'm glad you're still here, Justine. All right, that I like. Oop, I forgot one. Darn it. That messes up my whole that it was going to work. We'll just have to go with the same color. Those are big thunders. Let's see. Well, I'm glad you're still here, Justine. I appreciate you, friend. Delise, I'm sure you're still around and resting. I hope you're resting. Jay might be going back and forth between Elizabeth, ECR, and here. And Jenny's here. Thanks, Jenny, for being here. Let's see. That's a light one. Now they all look the same. There's one. Maybe. All right. Two more. We can do this. And hopefully the power doesn't flicker. There's one. That might be a light one. I don't think it matters. There can be some light ones in there. And Delise is there. And that one. We'll switch this one. There and there. See, now that looks like a snowflake, but I think it's pretty. It's really pretty. And then you could always put, you know, the littler ones around. I think we'll go with that. And we'll add some. All right, so there's that. There's those. Let me cut down. I'm going to use the purple as my base, but let me cut it down a little bit first. it is really pretty. It's one of those that I'm just at a loss. It doesn't happen often. Usually I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it, I love it. And it's not a problem, but for some reason, this one just it wasn't speaking to me yet. Do you guys ever have that where you're like, you think you have the best idea ever and it doesn't work out? And then I gotta find a Christmas sentiment. We're just gonna do a real little, actually, we're gonna take one, a real little layer there. And I'm gonna go with this one that matches. But yeah, that's where I feel it's like does not compute. The picture in my head and what I want it to look like are struggling at the moment. But I'm sure that maybe it'll help someone else. Um, I like it as a snowflake, I think. I just I can't see it as a flower. So they're just gonna be snowflakes until I until I see them otherwise. And there. Okay. And I want this to be, it is really rumbly. Centered. Well, kind of centered. As close to centered as this gets. All right. The other thing too, I thought, is that maybe to kind of curve them up would make it more floral. Plus it gives it a little bit more dimension. So we'll just curve up those outer petals. Petals, see? See, it can be a flower. And then let's put our little shiny bits on here. There we go. Yeah, I had great ambitions when I was cutting them all out. I'm like, oh yeah, this'll work and this'll work. And then when I put it onto paper, I'm like, that doesn't work. Hey, Brian. How are you, friend? I'm riding the struggle bus tonight, Brian. I'm not exactly sure. I did one card already, which I like. This one, we're working through it. I'm glad you're here. Brian goes live. Hey, Melissa. Welcome, friend. Brian goes live on Fridays here on the Kat Scrappiness channel. Fridays at 2 Central, 12 Pacific, 1 Mountain, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, and 11 in Alaska. There we go. All right. It needs a little one in the center, though. A really dark one. It looks a lot better on my camera than it does looking down on it. Oh, that's a really long rumble. And I'm not even going to try and line this one up. And it'll probably drive me crazy, but we're just going to stick it down and go for it. All right. Now let me find a sentiment real quick. A Christmas sentiment. If I can find one quickly. I probably have some right here. And then I guess it would be 10 o'clock a.m. if you were in Hawaii. All right, let's pull this out. I don't need a bee. This is my little container of sentiment bits. I don't know. I don't know if I like the white. I'm freaking jolly. That cracks me up. A birthday? Let's see. That might make a pretty birthday card. Let's trim this. Well, that's true. Yeah. So if it's Anna Marit, who is in Norway, I know she is 7 hours from me. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Let's glue it down on here. It might just be one of those cards that don't get a sentiment. As Elizabeth would say, not everything needs a sentiment. I have some I need to foil that I print out, which I need to get done, especially with doing more Christmas cards. Can you guys hear the rumbles out there? Brian, did you guys have storminess today? Brian usually gets them a little bit before we do. That's actually pretty. I kind of like that. I don't think it needs a sentiment, but we are going to add some stickles. Let's get it down on our card base, and I kind of like it better. Maybe it just needs a sentiment inside. Oh, no storm in there? Just hot? It's been just crazy, crazy hot, crazy weather. Oh, you know what it needs? All right, we're just gonna go and make a huge mess because why not? Hey, Pam. Let's just make a mess. Let's just splatter because that's what it needs. And hopefully I don't make too big of a mess. Oh, but was it 89 degrees with humidity or 89 degrees and then add on the heat index of a bajillion degrees. But I do call 89 degrees hot. That's really dark, and that's a lot of white. Haha! Looky there. That's all it needed. I always forget to splatter. Like, I love doing it, but I always forget that I have that ability. That was perfect. That's all it needed. Now I like it. If I had, oh, let me put my glue in. There's not much left as it is. So, all right, let me spray this real quick. Oh yeah, air temp, probably more like, yeah, I'm not a fan of this crazy heat index we've been having. Oh, I just stuck microfiber towel, and all the little bits don't work because it just stuck to all of them. All right, I like that a lot better. Now, if I wanted to, let me grab another towel. Let me clean this up. And let me find, all right, this is how long I have been scrapbooking, stamping. Um, I don't know if anybody remembers Tattered Angels, the Glimmer Mist. They were the first like shiny sprays. I have had this forever, and I just keep replacing the nozzle. But this time I'm just gonna take it out. And we're just gonna tap, tappity tap. Some sparkle. There we go. Now, do you still have some? I have a whole, like a whole little tote with all the colors. Um, did you guys hear that one? It's so rumbly. All right. See, I love that. Now that one was fun. So for me, these are going to be fine line snowflakes. I mean, they are called fine line flowers, but I just can't, I just see them as snowflakes. I have that one, and then I've got, seriously, I've got like all the colors. I wonder if I have a purple, but I don't know. Oh, I bet I do. Let's look. Well, and you know they're old. This is the container that they've been in since I got them. Um, let's see. I think that's purple. Grass. Like I've got all, these are all the ones I have left. And they've all got new sprayers on them. But that'll work. Let's see if that one will spritz. So we'll give it a good shake. Oh, it says black, but we'll see. That's really dark. Let me get a sheet of copy paper because I don't have a box. So we're just going to, and I think this is black. And we're not going to spritz, we're going to shake. I have not gotten any mail yet, Jenny. Um, did mine? Our mail's been so crazy. That's just not going to work that way either. Let's see if we can spritz it. This might make a big mess. Oh, yeah, no. We're just going to stick with our white and a little bit of black. We're going to improvise splatters. There we go. That's good enough. All right. That one got a little carried away, but that's all right. I like it. All right. So, before I make any more of a mess, we've got this one here, which I probably should have left the black off and just stuck with the white, but you know, hindsight's 2020. And we have this one. So two very different looks for the same dies. This one I layered all of them up, and I might go in and pull, you know, give them some dimension. Once the stickles are dry and I don't stick my fingers in them, and lift them up. And then this one, which I probably should have just left the black off, but I wonder if I kind of dry it a little bit. There we go. But I like this one. You're right, Cecilia. It does. I like the black. I probably should have gone with something that was a little bit more easily splattered and not these that are, you know, 100 years old. um, but I like it. It's kind of it's I don't even know what the word would be, but I like the black on there too. I love the white. The white was perfect. That was just what it needed. So I really like these. So this is my take so far. I'm gonna keep working with it and see what else I can come up with. But here are our two with the fine line flowers. I see snowflakes, but you know, some people look at things and you just see them different than other people do. So someone might see flowers, someone might see snowflakes. Um, I was trying to look for my a large poinsettia die because I think that they would make a really neat backer behind the poinsettias. And I think that was how kind of how for me that's how they'll work is behind something as kind of um, a little extra something to offset the image. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I know I was a little out there, a little willy-nilly, but sometimes you just got to do that. And you know what? Why not with your friends? So now I have all of these that are cut and picked and ready to go, and I am going to put all of the other little bits here that are on the side of my desk that you see right here. I'm gonna put those in the garbage because I don't need them sitting on my desk. But thank you for hanging out. I hope that you guys have checked out the new releases, the two new releases. Um, and have seen, what the design team has done. But I like those. And this one was just, some stickles, and it was good. This one was a little splatter, a little mess, and it worked as well. I like how they both turned out. So have a wonderful evening, a great week. I will see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. And remember, be kinder than you need to be, because you just never know what someone's going through. So just be nice. Have a wonderful evening. Much love, y'all. I will see you next week. Bye.